Hi, this is Fhretoric here with the Midi Music Company. I'm sitting with Richard De Veer, aka Mike Assassin, musician, entrepreneur, director. You set up your own record label at the age of 18 while you were still at college. You performed all over the UK, Europe, and the US. You've been interviewed on Kiss FM, BBC Radio, and Capital Radio. And then you took an 8-year hiatus from music because of industry politics. And in the meantime, you've still been very productive. You've set up The Revolution is Real. You're working with video production, motion graphics, promo campaigns, graphic design, and branding. You're working with another company called Forward 360 and another one called Elite. And you've worked on over 100 projects for clients, including the Princess Trust, Universal, New Era, and Pepsi. And you've also done a talk here at the Music Explosion sessions at Midi Music Company, and now you're back in the music business with a new music video for your song Perspective featuring King Sawyer and produced by Dem Drums.
Indeed.
Where do we start with such an extensive CV?
What's going on? First of all, big up to everyone out there listening, and thanks to Midi Music for having me. And it's been a long journey. It's been a good journey. Ups and downs, lots of learning, lots of mistakes, and lots of learning from those mistakes. So yeah, I'm here, I'm back, and my energies and my focus is back on music. So yeah.
Sounds good. So out of all the things that fill your daily life as an entrepreneur, musician, and director and editor, what are we going to focus on today? I mean, obviously there's loads to start with, but maybe we should talk about the synergy between the music and the creative and the business side of music. Definitely.
As you said before, I run one company called Elite Team Entertainment, and under that we have different divisions. So the RIR does corporate videos for brands and charities, and then Forward 360 does creative videos with artists, musicians, entrepreneurs. We do a live session called Rec Sessions, which we're bringing back. And I think the whole goal of it for me is it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. You've got to enjoy it, because you can end up working so much that you're not enjoying it. And that's, I guess that's the synergy between writing music and creating videos. It's fun. I love, when I was younger and I used to watch like music videos on the Box or MTV, I would always kind of think, I wonder if I could do my own videos. And in my mind, I'll be creating these synergy. So as I was writing lyrics, I started writing lyrics about the age of 9. As I was writing lyrics, I'd write little notes like, in the video, I want the man to jump off a building and do a backflip. That's at 9, do you know what I mean? Because everything in my life at that time was superheroes and sweeties. So at that point, it was literally just that's how it started. And then years later, I just took that as a creative direction. I did a show, actually. I remember I did a show. It was at the Tate Modern. I had to do some freestyle narration for this boxing event. I was almost like the commentator doing freestyle as there was boxing, and it was cool. It was a cool little concept.
They were boxing at the Tate Modern.
They were boxing. It was like a big art installation, and the Tate Modern, it was massive. There was thousands of people there. And from that show, they paid me enough, and I bought a camera. Cool. And then from that show, that camera, for about 2 years, everything I filmed was just rubbish. It was just terrible. And then after about 2 years, it started to look kind of good. And then I set up a video production company, and that was kind of as I was transitioning out of music. So, yeah.
Cool. So that's from nothing to something story.
I guess so, started from the bottom.
Yeah. So next question, I guess, would be then, how did you get your first customer?
My first customer through my video production company was someone I had met through music. And it was someone I hadn't spoken to in years. And I guess when you do music and you do creative stuff, people always ask you, do you know such and such, you can do this? And I remember someone said to me, can you do videos? And I had got this camera and I had a few bits that I could show them. And then they were like, okay, cool, that looks really good. And I think our first customer was a cosmetics company. Yeah, it's a cosmetics company called Jergens Naturally. And we did a campaign for them. And then once we did that was a name that a few other companies knew. We was able to go to other different companies and say, look what we did. But at that time, I still didn't know 100% about everything in video. So it was a learning curve, definitely.
So how did you, or how long did it take for you to go from your first customer to working with all these big names?
It was, our first client was actually a big client, which helped. Like, I think that was the transitioning point, because we was able to then approach them. But it's kind of like a gradual journey. You just kind of go out. I like meeting people. I like going out to networking events with other entrepreneurs and just talking and just learning about their stories, and then people will introduce you to the next person, so you just end up meeting loads of different people. So I guess that part of it's fun, it's cool, because you get to just meet people from all over the world in different networking events. But yeah.
Cool. So you took a short break from music before you started working with all this, and then that was meant to be a short break, but then that turned into an 8-year break.
It did. It was.
What's the story behind that?
Wow. It was supposed to be a 6-month break. I went back to Barbados. My family from Barbados. I was born here, but I went back to Barbados in 2007. I was just having some ups and downs in my life at the time, so I thought, let me go back and chill with grandma for a little bit, chill with her, eat some good food. And yeah, in that position, I was thinking, in that situation, I was like, I'm going to come back and get back focused on the music. And I didn't. I ended up just coming back and setting up a video production company. And I was like, a year later, I'm going to get back on music. And I was like, no, 2 years. And then before I knew it, was like 8 years later. And so, but I missed music. Music is my first love. So I definitely missed music. And I'm just glad to be back on it, actually.
Cool. So you're back as Mike Assassin now, and you're working on a freestyle series. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to explore content at the moment. There's so many amazing tools. There's the different social media platforms, and it's just basically just kind of exploring ways that I can use. People's attention span is quite short. It's like either a certain amount of seconds for this platform, or a minute for Instagram, or 7 seconds for this. So I'm just exploring the best ways that I can kind of use my talent to fit and kind of congruently connect with these different platforms. So yeah, I'm doing a freestyle series. I've got 2 music videos that I'm editing at the moment, which I directed, and just trying to stay creative, actually. Yeah, just trying to stay creative and inspired by what's going on out there.
Sounds cool, man. So where can people find out about all these projects you're working on? You have your own website, you have your company website, you have social media. What's the best place to find out about what's going on with Mike Assassin and Revolution is Real?
For all things connected to me, you can get me on mikeassassin.com, or any of my social media links at Mike Assassin. Any social media, I'll just be at Mike Assassin or /Mike Assassin, and I always tweet and post stuff about what's going on with my company. So they'll be the best places just to kind of get a good kind of introduction to what I'm doing. And if there's more interest in kind of the video stuff, there's Fhretoric.com, and that will be where you can just connect with some super talented young artists and musicians and good interview content and things like that. So yeah, they're the 2 places to check for like creative content of what stuff I'm working on.
Cool. Thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Big up to Midi Music. Brup, 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 brup.